Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an advanced Dungeons and Dragons advice video on party leaders. Uh, yeah, I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons since 1976. This is literally my fifth decade playing the greatest game in the world, and ever since the beginning, every party has had a leader. Before I get into this, though, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including the one pictured here, the tabletop role-playing game Outlaw Trails. It is a role-playing game a tabletop role-playing game you can play with your family and friends. It's based in the Old West and tried to make it as simple and as realistic as possible so even new people who are just getting into tabletop role-playing can get it and within a couple hours not only be playing but running the games. Okay? And when you get this book, I have a lot of videos for advice and stories on my channel here. It's free to subscribe to, and you can use the ideas or the advice for running games and that kind of thing. And anything I can do to help you out, just leave a comment. And if you have questions, then I'll try to get to them. All right. But yeah, there's a lot of other stuff on my author page as well. I write science fiction primarily, but my books are weird, and I guarantee you there's nothing else like them out there. All right. Party leaders. Every party generally has a leader. Many times there was some kind of a formal, especially in the past, many times there was some kind of formal nomination or even elections within the party. Other times the dungeon master will simply appoint one player as the party leader. Most often, however, the party seems to organically gravitate towards the natural party leader. And that's not always the paladin, let me tell you. No matter what the procedure, every party has a leader who helps to organize the group and tries to coordinate within the party to devise plans and strategies for various circumstances and situations. A lot of that stuff is common sense, but sometimes one good thing about Dungeons and Dragons or any tabletop role-playing game, leadership prevails. There are people who will step up and take the lead. And this doesn't mean that they're in command and they can tell everybody what to do. This means that they're kind of like the coordinator, the liaison, if it were. The party leader is an important position because sometimes the dungeon master needs a liaison of sorts with the party. There are many times when there are as many as 10 or more voices bombarding the dungeon master, and having one unified voice through a liaison or a representative, that party leader, makes the game much more orderly and coordinated. Parties without a leader are uncoordinated mobs who tend to go in 4 to 6 different directions at 20 to 100 miles an hour. In my opinion, parties need leaders. Not because everybody has to fall in line behind that leader. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But when you play a tabletop role playing game, generally there's one guy who's in charge. Not the dungeon master runs the game, but as far as the players goes, there's one guy that the game, all the other players gravitate to him because he's a smart guy. He's a smart person, because it could be a girl. Gives good advice, very intuitive, and they know how to get players to work together. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much a leader per se. It's called a party leader, but it's not so much a leader. It's more of a coordinator. As an extremely experienced player, I prefer to let others be the leader to help them develop. There is a difference between a party leader and a loud, dynamic player. Many players, including myself sometimes, tend to know exactly what they want to do. They are decisive, aggressive, and motivated. And they move forward with their actions, not waiting for the party to adjust, provide support, or even understand the situation. I have been guilty of this, and I make a conscious effort to sit back quietly and allow other players to do things. Sometimes I fail in that effort. There are some things. Good example in my Chris's game, my friend Chris's game. There's a I'm running a character who is a paladin. I've talked about him in other videos. He wanted to be a paladin of Grumsh, and he was, oh my god, an evil bastard. But through circumstances not his own fault, there had to be, in order to keep running the character, there had to be a redemption arc. Chris was brilliant and did that well and allowed me the opportunity to change gods. Can't always do that in the game. Chris did it, and he is awesome, and thank you, sir. I appreciate it, because I love the character. Now, because of that, the character is dead set and dedicated to the extinction of Grumsh. He's going to end Grumsh on the world, period. That's his motivating factor. So anytime there's an orc with a symbol of Grumsh, he's charging to attack automatically. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If the party wants to back me up, great. If they want to run and hide, great. But I know what my character's doing. Everybody understands that, and it is assumed that that's what's going to happen no matter what. Now, that being said, I try to sit back quietly in other situations and allow players to do things. I don't always succeed, and if not, then I apologize. Players like me tend to try and monopolize game time and ignore the other players. This is not good. It's good to know what you want to do, and it's good to be decisive, but doing so at the expense of the other players is rude and kind of being a bully. I really try not to do that. I have a forceful personality. It's good as a dungeon master, but as a player, sometimes it can get out of hand, and I'm making a conscious effort to be better. As I said, I have been guilty of this. Basically, I'm trying not to be an ass. The party I'm in right now has no official leader. If I had to choose one player who acts as the party leader and has a liaison function with the dungeon master, Chris, it would be Ashley. She's very smart, she's knowledgeable, she has an abundance of common sense, she helps the younger players and makes suggestions beneficial for everyone. She has assumed that party leader role because she's a mom. Moms are good at that. Ashley has just started her first game, and we have yet to determine any kind of a party cohesion. So the party leader position is still up for grabs. Luckily, we have many good options for us to choose from. I'm going to make sure not to try to step into that role. There are other players who are quite capable. Chris is playing in the game, but he's kind of like me. He sits back and lets other people do stuff, or at least he's better at it than I am, though. So, as far as the party leader situation here, I can think of 2 or 3 good options that we have at least, and anybody in the group would be good because we have a really excellent group right now. You don't find that all the time. Usually half the party's okay, a couple of them are good, and the rest of them, This one, everybody's good. The party leader would be the ones who are outstanding, which is going to be a tough call. So, anyway, hope we find one because we're playing again tomorrow. Anyway, I hope this finds everybody well, and if anybody has any questions or if anybody has any comments or any Dungeon Masters have any more information, different information, stick it in there because I'm sure the younger players would love to read it. I'm okay with different opinions because these videos that I put out, the advice videos, are to help younger gamers to be better, to have more fun. Okay, that's what they're for. So if you have a better way to do it, stick it in the comments. I'm happy to read it. Okay? I hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.